Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. Let us put on the armor of light. Call hello Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kodash. We send double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutation. See, I came out there pushing the word, sincerity, and truth. This is Brother Ariala. On today's lesson, I want to talk about continuity. All right, we talked about this on the highways and byways on the last street speaking, but I want to kind of just pull this apart and just kind of touch on this briefly in a sit-down lesson. Now, what does the word continuity mean? When you look it up in the etymology, it says uninterrupted connection of parts in space or time. Right, from the Old French continuity, from Latin continuitatum, a connected series. All right, joining, connecting with something, following one after another. All right, to be uninterrupted, to hang together. And the Most High wants us to have continuity, have that unity of the Spirit that creates strength, that creates an expounded or an exponential experience. All right. So when brothers are together, when we are on one accord, as the scriptures say, what happens? When you work together, when you work with a group of people for a period of time, you have something called continuity. One example is the Super Bowl winners of last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You had Tom Brady join this team. And when they first started off the season, they didn't look as sharp. They didn't look very sharp. There's a new team. It's the first time they ever came together, but Tom Brady, having the experience that he knew how to create an example. He knew how to create a standard. He knew how to create a system that people could plug into. And after time, after working together as a group, what you saw over the course of that season is them create a continuity. They began to work together more and more efficiently, and as they began to work together more officially, as they became a strong connected body series of joining, it got towards the end of the season where it was like, who's going to beat these guys? And as we saw, they went and pretty much ran through everybody to win the Super Bowl. And we are building that momentum here in the spirit. Now, when you go to 1 Corinthians 4 and 8, as a matter of fact, I want to start at Philippians 2 slot. So Philippians 2 and 1 says, if there be therefore any consolation in Hamashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels and mercies, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, that each esteem other better than himself. Meaning, we're locking in. We're all doing our individual jobs, like on the Buccaneers team. Everybody had to do their individual jobs, but together in lowliness and humbleness, knowing that what you're doing is for the betterment of the whole team, right? And as we humbly work within this ministry, there's a compounded glory with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay? It's a promised effect. The Most High said, if you do these things, I will be in the midst of you. All right? But that takes toil, that takes work to get there. 1 Corinthians 4 and 8, it says, now ye are full, now ye are rich, ye have reigned as kings without us, and I would that the Most High ye did reign, that we also might reign with you. For I think the Most High has set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to the angels, and to men. We are fools for Christ's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but ye are despised, right? So you have the apostles and those who are going out before, who were setting this example and following Yahweh Yahushua, really going through the mud and receiving all the trials and tribulations of getting this energy and this process started. Why? For the benefit of those who are going to come thereafter and take up that knowledge and that work, right? It says, even until this present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked and are buffeted and have no certain dwelling place, and labor, working with our hands, being reviled, we bless, being persecuted, we suffer it, being defamed, we entreat, we are made as the filth of the world, and, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day. I write not these things to shame you, but as my beloved sons I warn you. For though ye have 10,000 instructors in Hamashiach, yet ye not many fathers. For in Hamashiach Yahushua I have begotten you through the gospel. Wherefore I beseech you, be ye followers of me. Right? And so all of that was being said is like, listen, all of this being done, check this example. Check the work. Check what the relationship that's being shown through the spirit and come into that. Let's develop a unity. Let's develop a continuity of mind. All right. Now, I want to go back to the definition of continuity real quick. It says the unbroken and consistent existence or operation of something over a period of time. The continuance of continuous action and self-consistent detail in the various scenes of a movie or a broadcast, right? Right. So what we're trying to do is create an unbroken and consistent existence and operation of what? The word going out. That's why you see the apostles and the others so adamant about brothers being consistent and persistent in preaching the word. Just put the word out, put the word out, put the word out. What does that do? That produces a continuity, right? That produces an energy that the Most High is going to bless. When you go to the book of Matthew 18 and 18, says, verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth, ye shall be bound in heaven. Whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. A spirit of judgment, man, it's given unto the brotherhood. It says, again, I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them for my Father which is in heaven. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. And like we always say, when you have 2 brothers, 1 and 1, it's not just addition, but there's an exponential effect. That thing is compounded. The spirit, the glory, and the grace of the Heavenly Father is compounded when we come together and we have a continuity of our mindset. When it's a continuous chain, we're on one accord. All right, and we can read about this, man. We hear in Psalms 133 and 1, it talks about the excellency of the brotherly unity. It says, 133 and 1 says, behold, how good and how pleasant is it for brethren to dwell in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down the skirts of his garments. And so we talk about oil, the nature of oil. It's a conductor. It conducts energy. You put oil on your food to do what? Conduct the energy from the herbs and spices that you might put on the meat, that you might put on the vegetables. In like manner with Aaron and the priesthood, they would anoint their heads with oil, right? To do what? To conduct the power and the glory of Yahweh Shem Shah. So now, when we're in prayer together, even during the Passover, what happens? We anoint ourselves. Why? So the spirit, so the glory, so the power of Yahweh Shem Shah can fall upon us as men, as brothers. And as we do that, and we're in unison all across the world, all the brothers putting up those prayers, asking Yahweh Shem Shah to do these things, what happens? That forwards that prophecy, that forwards that intention. This is why it's important for us to have a continuity amongst each other, an unbroken chain. It's not with strife and vainglory. It's through humbleness that we're coming together before Yahweh Shem Shah, confessing that He is the power on the earth and wanting His return together. Right? So this is the power of the unity or continuity of the brotherhood. Right? In verse 3 it says, as the dew of Hermon and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion, for there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore, right? And then what does that do? That dew enriches the land, it enriches the soil, makes it fertile. So our unity creates a fertile place for the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to come and manifest so the fruit of righteousness can spring up. Okay? So these are the things that we're doing. All right? So the Most High is dwelling amongst that place, and we have to make sure that we maintain that continuity and that unity. Here in the book of Ephesians, it talks about the unity of the Spirit. All right, so we're going and we're doing these lessons. We're going on the highways and byways. We're praying amongst each other. We're congregating amongst each other. And this is producing spiritual energy, Akyam. Don't sleep on the power of the bond and unity of the brotherhood. Right? So when you read Ephesians the 4th chapter, it says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one power and Father of all, who is above all, and through all, and in you all. Okay, and so we're fighting to keep that energy and that power continuing to exponentially increase. All right, compound to go up, and up, man. So that's why it's important for us to continue to work together, to be on one accord. All right, to continue to do our particular part humbly within the ministry. All of these things are set forth, and it calls on Yahweh Shai's glory to come back on the earth, man, for us to be changed out of this situation. Okay? That's the importance of the matter. That's why this thing is critical. Okay? But we have to endeavor to keep that unity. All right? Because the flesh is going to want something else. The flesh is going to have backbiting and we looking on somebody else, covetousness, envy, strife. But we have to what? Put ye on the elect. Put on the fruits of the Spirit. The fruits of the Spirit create continuity. Okay? When you go into the search engine, type in fruits of the Spirit, and you read the things that are about the fruits of the Spirit, right? You see that what does what? It creates continuity. All right? Now, when you go down to verse 11 here in Ephesians 4, it says, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach. Okay? That we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive, but speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Hamashiach. That's what we're fighting for, man. And that's what's going to bring salvation on the planet Earth as we continue. That's what we're continuing, the continuance of an unbroken chain of thought in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're all putting that thought and making it more and more powerful, making it manifest on earth. Okay? I hope this is making sense. All right? So that's why we have brothers and we have systems of communication. And that's why we have standards being laid out. Brothers that are within the chats, you have to understand that a lot of things that are being said is not to downplay anyone or tell anybody that they're less and what they're doing is off. It's saying, is what you're doing creating continuity? Is what you're doing edifying the whole body, or you just want to do what you want to do? What is your first mind whenever you do something? Is it building or is it taking away? Is it self-centered or is it centered around the body and the brotherhood increasing? Right? When you read here in Titus chapter 2 verse 6, it says, young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded, and all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, in doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity. You're being mindful of what you bring into the table. You're being mindful of what you say and what you do. You understand that you are part of something, and your actions, whether it be your words or whether it be your deeds, affect the body. Okay, it affects the movement, the continuity, the how magnified the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushua goes. Okay, that's why the scriptures talk about just worry about those that be like you, those who are coming in that same doctrine and mindset. Because amongst those men, you're gonna get the most powerful effect. If you doing a job, and we use the example of digging a ditch, or any type of job. If you're working with, what we talked about, if you play basketball with somebody, and y'all go to the court every week, 3 days out of the week, y'all play together and y'all play other people. After a period of time, y'all gonna be able to have a continuity and communication on the court. You gonna just be able to give your homie a look, and he's gonna know. Oh man, he's about to throw alley oop. Okay. He's gonna do a drop step. Oh, he's gonna set that screen and then bounce out over here. Why? Because y'all work together. So now there's a unity in the spirit, but that's basketball. How much more so the unity in the spirit within this truth? As you go out on the highways and byways with brothers, there's a time where you know what that brother wants. You know what he's about to say. You know what scripture to get. Okay, you know the direction and everything is going because you're paying attention. You're locked in, and that gives glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, that's what we want to do, man. We want to be good at this profession. We want to make this thing work. You want to get better results. You want to become more effective. The more continuity that a team has, the more effective that team is. The better results you get. We want the results of the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushua coming on earth. So we want to continue to work. All right? Right? Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. I'll end it on this. It says, Philippians 4:8, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do. And the God of peace shall be with you. Right? So we have to make sure that we take advantage of the examples that we've had, our forefathers and even the apostles and the elders here that have come before, to show you, hey, the steps it takes to build within this ministry. Those things that are true, those things that are honest, those things that are just, those things that are pure, those things that are lovely, those things that are of good report. Take on to those things and you do it. And that creates what? An unbroken, continuous chain of the works of Yahweh Shem Yahushua being done on the planet Earth. A continuity of the spirit. Okay? So I just wanted to talk about that. There's, a concept. It's actually a business concept. But how much more so does it work within the business and the profession of this ministry? So Lord willing, that was edifying, man. Call hello, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua Bahashem Makah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to y'all. I came out there.